Hey guys, what's going on? It is Chris here. We are looking ahead to today's slate for the 15th of January. Hopefully, you guys all had a very good night in the NBA last night. We will talk about that here in a second. If you guys can go ahead and give me a like, I definitely do appreciate it. If you guys do enjoy the video, and also hit that subscribe button as well. Like I said yesterday, I will be doing this full time again. So, yeah, hit that sub button. We will be posting videos every single day for you. And like I said, if you guys have any questions at all, that I don't answer in the video. Like I said, you guys can always hit us up on our Twitter, and like I said, that will be down here below. So, yeah, yesterday recap, we were doing pretty good for a while. I did cash in 50-50s and double ups. I was cashing in tournaments until Aiton decided to suck. We were projected at like a 320 and still before Aiton only got 19 points. So, unfortunate, but I still hit even yesterday. Just it kind of stinks about Aiden. But I mean, besides that, a lot of the calls that I made yesterday in the video, hopefully you guys paid attention to them. Gary Matthews went off. Zach Levine did all right. Akonwu as well. A lot of the guys that I hit on the video yesterday did pretty good. So yeah, so hopefully we can get that again today. So let's get through it real quick. FanDuel DraftKings is $25 per month if you guys want the premium. Two lineups per day for each one. So like I said, FanDuel DraftKings has each $25. So it depends on which one you want. Two lineups per day, one cash, one GPP. If you want both of them, FanDuel and DraftKings bundle, it's $35 per month. Four lineups per day, two for DraftKings and two for FanDuel. If you want the FanDuel Price Picks combo or DraftKings Price Picks combo, either one, $30 per month. Two lineups per day for the FanDuel or DraftKings, and then one two-man and one three-man for Price Picks. And Price Picks by itself is 20, and you're going to get the same thing as provided above. If you don't want to do the month pass yet, no worries. We do have a day pass, and it's going to be for FanDuel only, $9 per day for two lineups. So if you guys don't want to commit to the full one, you just want to do a day pass, $9 as well. And like I said, I will also be providing one free lineup for you guys. So all I need is your guys' email. So like I said, go to Twitter, message me, give us a follow as well, and say, hey, would love to get in. Let me know your email, and you guys will get one free FanDuel lineup per day. It's not the premium one, but it's one of the ones that I like that is just up there as well. So yeah, with that all being said, like I said, hopefully you guys won. It was a pretty solid night overall. Played some after hours as well, and I scored a 295 or something. So it cashed in the late night, but overall it was a pretty good day. So yeah, let's just get into each one of these games. Some of them are going to be quicker than others. New York and Philadelphia, we have a 219 in New York by 6. So a lot of these teams are playing back to back. A lot of these guys played yesterday, and some of these guys I do expect to rest. I just don't know who. And then the guys that did not play yesterday, I do expect them to play today, for the most part. Because like I said, Maxey and Paul George were really late. Out decisions. So I could see them playing today. Like I said, it's only a 6 spread, so I do expect Maxey or George, at least one of them, to play. Besides that, I really don't care for this game. The only news I'm really looking at here is Carl Anthony Towns. I think it said earlier that he was out or questionable. Let me go look up over here real quick for you guys, so I'm not giving you the wrong stuff. Let's go look at it. So it's just looking. All right, there we are. Thumb injury for you for Towns listed as questionable. So if Town, I think he should play, but if for some reason he's out, Princess Achua will definitely be a pretty good option there. If Brunson's out, I don't think he will be out. I just think it's Towns is the only one. So Precious Achua, really, I think it said Brunson's probable here. Yeah, he's probable. So, yeah, the only thing I have interest is Towns is out, then Precious Achua, maybe OG Ananobi, but he's been terrible. But besides that, I don't really have a ton. There's just not a lot of value in this game right now. So, gonna be skipping that for the most part. Not gonna have any exposure really. Boston, Toronto. This is I think a 14 spread. So once again, I don't have a ton in this one. Quickly is out, so the one guy I will look at is Paul Shed. He's only $4,000, and if it's a blowout, he might come in and get you 20, 22 fantasy points. He is 4,000, so you do need him to get a little bit on. But he is a shooter. That's what he does, and he can get some garbage minutes. So he's an okay option. Is he the best value play? No, but you can look at him. Another guy to look at is Abigali. Another, if you desperately need him, maybe in a couple one-offs. But besides that, I wouldn't put him in a lot. But he's 4,100. Trying to find some cheap guys for you. But like I said, those guys don't play them in all your lineups. Those are just kind of GPP one-offs, kind of like Matthews was, and thankfully he hit. So Yeah, honestly, another one of those games I don't have a ton of exposure to. I think it's going to be a blowout. Maybe Chris Boucher could be okay, but I just don't have anything unless somebody's injured. Like I said, Jamal Shed, and that's really it. That's all I'm seeing so far in these first two. Dallas, New Orleans, both these teams did play last night. Kyrie Irving did say he's going to play here on a back-to-back at 8,200. He looked okay last night, but I think he could do a little better here tonight. At 8,2, I think he can still get you about 35 to 36 in this one. So I think for me, Kyrie Irving is definitely in play for me. Let's go look at the New Orleans Pelicans defense here. Let's see. All right, so like I said, guys, this is DVP. And as you can see, so basically, if it's in the green, that means they're really, really bad at that position, or in that category. If they're in the red, that means they're really good in that category. So, as you can see, overall, New Orleans is not the greatest defense out there. They struggle against point guards, small forwards, shooting guards. Um, so yeah, I mean, like I said, I really do see Kyrie Irving having a half decent game here. I think get you 15, 20 real points. I could see him getting 35, 36 fantasy points, maybe even higher than that. You could take a GPP flyer with Klay Thompson. Dude's just trash right now, but you could take a flyer with him. That's all I would call that. Um, and then on the flip side, here for the Pelicans, like I said, I want to see if they're going to rest Zion or not here on a back to back. If they do, then that opens up for like Murphy, Messi again, Messi. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong, but like I said, we'll see what they do. See what they do. Like I said, they're on a back to back. If they're not going to rest any New Orleans guys, I'm probably not really going to have a ton of exposure to New Orleans. But main guy I'm looking at is probably Kyrie. Klay Thompson and, like I said, a dart throw, and then maybe Dinwiddie and a dart throw as well. Memphis and San Antonio in this one. Let's go look at the total. Sorry, Towns. Okay, so we have San Antonio, Memphis at 239. So we have a pretty massive total. So you're gonna want exposure to this one. Let me see. Yeah, so the main ones I'm looking at, Ja Morant's only $8,400. I don't think that's bad with almost a 240 total with a guy that can put up that kind of points. Let's go here. Try to get the DVP involved a little more for you. Here's San Antonio. They struggle against shooting guard center position, but like I said, I still really do like Ja Morant at only 8,400. Bane could be worth a flyer, but I would definitely go with Ja Morant. Moving over here, the San Antonio side, Keldon Johnson, he's kind of messed me over last time out. Harrison Barnes could be okay for 22, 23. Victor, I think he could have a pretty good game here. Memphis isn't the greatest against the power forward center position, as we see here. Well, center, they're all right, but power forward, they're not as great. But, Victor's also massive. So, is he a must play? No, but if you can get him in there, get him in there. But I think he's still going to be capped out about 55, 60, so he might be a little below value, but it's still 240 though. So who knows? If Victor gets his blocks, then you're all good to go. But that's the big thing. So he's 100%, in play for sure if you guys can build around him. Orlando and Milwaukee. Once again, a back to back. We'll see if any of these guys rest like Giannis or anyone like that or Lillard. If they don't, Goga is out, so I really don't mind looking at Paulo Banchero here. I know he hasn't been playing a ton, but especially with Goga out, that's some extra rebounds for the dude. He can easily get a double-double or triple-double in this one. So Paulo Banchero here against Milwaukee. That's kind of banged up right now. I don't mind him. I think he'll be lower owned. You can look at Bobby, but I kind of want another person to be out. He didn't do as much as I thought he would last night, so instead it was Brooke Lopez that went off, which I knew it was going to be one of them. Kind of like last night. It was a Conwu or Capella, but it was a Conwu, obviously. So, but yeah, like I said, Goga's out. So Wendell Carter, I think he should start. He's going to have some ownership to him. Jonathan Isaac, I think that helps him out as well. I don't think Isaac will have a ton of ownership, but yeah, maybe he does. But you could definitely look at Jonathan Isaac at 4,800, especially with Goga out, like I said, with the rebounds. As we saw, Goga didn't play a ton in this Philly game. So Jonathan Isaac, 48, pretty dang cheap option if you're asking me. And then, like I said, Paulo Banchero, Cole Anthony, obviously at 6,900. I think he'll definitely carry some ownership in this one. And Anthony Black could be an all right option as well off the bench. So definitely going to be going a little bit more Orlando. I might only have one or two of these guys just because the total's pretty low. But the usage rate for these guys is insane right now because all the guys are out. So that's why I like Orlando so much. But it just thinks that their pace of play is really slow against Milwaukee here. Atlanta and Chicago. This is I think a 240. And there we go. Sorry about that. 243 in Chicago by two. So once again, these two teams are on a back to back. I'm going to go under the 243. I don't think they're going to hit that, but once again, just kind of check. It's quiet right now. It's too quiet, and when it's too quiet in the morning, that means stuff's probably going to drop later on. So, like I said, just keep an eye on it. Trey Young, he was game time decision yesterday. Maybe they give him a little bit of a rest here on the back to back. I mean, if they do, that opens up obviously Dyson Daniels. If they don't rest Trey Young, I still think he's definitely a viable option. I mean, it's a 243 total. I feel like I said I got to look at the ownership, but I think these guys are going to be very chalky for obvious reasons. So honestly, pick and choose. Like, I love Young, Giddy, Daniels. Like these guys are all very good options. It's just kind of where do you want them in your lineup? And like I said, these guys are more cash game plays. So if you're playing tournaments, you're still gonna want maybe one or two of them, but you're gonna want to be a little less on certain people. So yeah, look, as of now, looks like it's just kind of straight up, kind of like I just said. You get your Zach Levine in there, Vuk, Young, Giddy, plug and play a lot of these guys in there if you want to. It's just, it's pretty self-explanatory. They're all pretty good options. I do like Kobe White as well because Lonzo Ball I think's out, and I don't know if AU's gonna play, but I don't mind Kobe White as well. Charlotte and Utah. This is where all the chalky value is gonna come from. We got Sexton and Clarkson out, so Keontae George has not played in I think a week. So are they going to run him if he does play? Are they going to run him 30 minutes, or are they not? Like he hasn't played in 11 days, so that's why I'm curious if Keontae George does play. I mean, I still think you got to put him in there. He's still going to probably play 25, 30 minutes, but just curious what they do. Isaiah Collier, I think he's going to be a lock. Obviously, he going to be starting. He's been, doing all right. Definitely in the assist category. My goodness. So Isaiah Collier, I don't expect a 42. Probably around 23, 24 for him in this one. But still not bad. Obviously, LaMelo Ball, Brandon Miller is very, very, very easy spots for those guys. So that's pretty self-explanatory. If you're asking me, I don't mind a little bit of Cody Martin here, a little bit of value at 4,700. I think a little value. And when I say that, 22, 23, so I guess not value. My bad. One guy that did step up yesterday was Midge. No, it was. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm thinking of the guy from Atlanta. My bad. See, it's been a little bit. But yeah, overall, like I said, maybe a little bit of Cody Martin, Bryce Sensabaugh. You know, another guy that I think that could actually have a good game here is Kyle Fliposki. I'm so bad with the names. Um, yeah, I think he's going to be good. Like I said, Markkinen's out, Collins is out. So I think a lot of people are going to go to Walker Kessler at 7,100, which I might as well. But Kyle at 4,300 against Charlotte, and Charlotte sucks. Their defense is absolutely terrible. And Kyle is a power forward center position. Charlotte sucks against that area. So I don't mind it. I really don't mind taking a flyer with him. I think he'll have a little bit of ownership, probably about 15 to 20%. But I like it. I really do. Like I said, I think Kessler's a good spot too if you guys can afford him. But that is kind of where I'm going in that one. So chalky value over there. Just kind of accept it, move on. Denver and Houston. Once again, back to back here for Denver. So we'll see if they arrest anybody or not. You can kind of tell early by the spread sometimes. It's a one spread. So they might. I mean, Houston's pretty good, but it should be a little more than a one spread. So keep an eye on that for sure. But it's a 232. So we'll see. Let's say nobody's resting. I think a lot of people are going to go to Murray. I wouldn't mind going back to Westbrook. I think this should be a good game. I really do. I'm just curious if Denver's going to rest anyone. That's my big thing. But Houston also has a pretty dang good defense. Holy cow. I didn't realize how good they were defensively. So maybe not a ton of Denver guys on the back to back, but also maybe if you're doing GPPs. But then on the Denver side, Denver defense, like I said, there's some spots you can attack for sure. Shooting guard, center, and small forward position. So Alfred Sengun, Fred Van Fleet, another guy. Jalen Green, Amin Thompson. Like I said, all these guys are pretty good options here. So we'll see, like I said, we'll see what they do. Aaron Gordon as well. Maybe they rest him on a back-to-back, give Peyton Watson a little bit more minutes here. Even Michael Porter can, get some extra minutes. But looking at that Houston defense, I may be fading them and just have a couple more, Houston guys in there for sure. So like I said, Singin, Green, even Fred Van Fleet, maybe in a couple one-offs, and then Amin Thompson. I do expect those guys to maybe have a little bit of ownership, especially Amin since he's been popping off. Golden State, Minnesota, another one of those games that kind of have a lot of game time decisions. Jackson Davis, game time decision. Draymond Green could miss his third in a row. Kyle Anderson as well. So if those guys, let's just say they're all out. Oh my goodness, man. You probably got to fire up Looney. He's not my favorite guy, but I mean, if they're all out, that's their big. Draymond and Kyle Anderson are out. I still don't mind taking a flyer with Kevon Looney. Maybe in a couple GPPs, but he's really risky at times. See where else we're looking at, trying to find some stuff. But yeah, on the Minnesota side, not really feeling it. You got Andrew Wiggins at 62. I think that's a solid option. Buddy Hield, God, the guy's terrible. Curry could be all right at at 8,800. He's going to have a lot of the usage, so Curry's can get you 48 to 50 in this one. Don't mind him. Is he my favorite spin up? No, definitely not. Let's go get through a little bit quicker here. Miami and the Lakers. I don't have a ton in this one. But if Bam doesn't play, obviously, I think Jovic. I'm going to go straight back to Jovic. He didn't do the greatest last time. But I'm going to go to him. I think a lot of people might go to. Not sure. There he is. Kellen Ware. Well, look, there we go. Game time decision. So yeah, Jovic for sure is probably one of the top plays. Like I said, Ware, I think people are going to go to him. He played 32 minutes, but um, I don't know. It was kind of interesting. And then Davis and LeBron are going to play. So if Bam's out, like I said, probably Jovic is where I'm going to go. Look at Tyler here as well, but I don't have a ton of exposure to that one. Same as this one. I don't have a lot going on. Brooklyn, LA. Simmons is probably going to rest. That's what they said yesterday. And then Russell, I don't know if he's going to play on a back to back. Cam Johnson, like I said, those guys haven't played for a couple days, and it's a back to back. So Brooklyn, they could be playing a lot of their bench players again tonight, or they could just stick with their starters and tell them to suck it up on a back to back. So I don't really have much. I think Ivok Zubac is in a very good spot. Norman Powell's in a good spot. Those are probably my two favorite plays from this. But besides that, I don't have a ton. If Russell starts, maybe put him in there in a GPP flyer just because he was pretty solid off the bench. So I could see Russell in there in a GPP as well. Dude, wow, 41 in 20 minutes. That's insane. Insane. But like I said, I don't want to chase too hard, so I'm not going to go too crazy on Russell. All right, let's go plug in a couple players that I'm liking early. I think right away, obviously, LaMelo Ball. That's one of the top options at point guard. Trae Young, if he plays, I like him. Moving down, Tyler Hero's cash game. I do like Ja Morant a little bit. Josh Giddey, cash game. Fred Van Fleet, more of a GPP hybrid. Dyson Daniels, cash game play that I like. Cole Anthony, Chris Paul as well. Kobe White, especially with Ball being out. Definitely keep an eye on the Utah. Isaiah Collier, Keontae George. So there's some pretty good value. I think there's going to be some good guys to pick. Anthony Black, like I say, Collier as well. So I'm not going to fill this in. I'm just going to kind of tell you guys a couple of the guys that I like. Like I said, Wendell Carter could come into play. Walker Kessler, Kyle Flavoski. Like I said, Missy as well if they do rest Zion. So that's kind of what we're looking at. Yeah, so I'm kind of be building probably two or three mid range studs and then have a couple. I don't want too many cheap guys because they kind of kill you sometimes. So maybe one or two cheap ones. We'll see. So like I said, if you guys want to get in on premium, all you got to do is hit us up on our Twitter. Like I said, $25 per month for Fanduel and DraftKings separately, and then if you want the bundle, it's $35 per month. If you guys do want the free lineup, like I said, all I need is your guys' email. And we'll get emailed to you guys once per day, about 15, 20 minutes before lock. Like I said, here is our Twitter as well. Give us a follow and, hit us up on there. Say, hey, we'd love to have my free lineup and we'll get you guys set up today. So, like I said, premium lineups and free lineups, we got you guys. If you guys have any questions or anything, feel free to message me on Twitter. I will, if you guys say, hey, this guy or this guy, I will help you guys out as much as I possibly can. So, all right, once again, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Hopefully this video helped you guys out. Like I said, hit that sub button and also hit that like button if you guys enjoyed the video. All right, appreciate it. We'll see you guys a little bit later on.